Okay, welcome to a special episode of the Day After podcast, and we are talking wrestling. We've mentioned a little bit on this channel, but now we're doing a full SummerSlam night one and night two review. We got two first-time guests here on the podcast. Let's introduce them. We got Brendan and Josh. Brendan, if you want to start with us, give us a little backstory of how you started watching wrestling, who your favorites are, any of that stuff.
Um, I think I started really watching wrestling around WrestleMania 30. I think I
Mm-hmm.
remember like I wasn't into wrestling, but I bought 2K14, the one with the Rock on the cover, because I was like, I just want to throw people off ladders and stuff like through tables. And then in the video game, they have like the showcase mode or whatever is like every WrestleMania main event. So like I was playing the video game and learning about every main event of every WrestleMania, and then all of a sudden like WrestleMania 30 comes around, I'm like, I want to watch it. I know all these characters now, and then since then it's been pretty consistent. I've been a pretty consistent wrestling fan. Favorite wrestler is probably CM Punk. I think that's like the easy answer. He's a fun baby face. The real answer like is probably Johnny Gargano during the him and Ciampa feud. I was like
Mm-hmm.
such a big Gargano fan. But overall, I'd probably say CM Punk is my favorite wrestler, probably. Although that's an easy answer.
It's an easy answer, but it's a good answer. I
Yeah.
mean, if anyone says CM Punk's their favorite, I mean, it's hard to really complain about that. Um, okay, Josh, how about you?
Oh, me. I feel like I was kind of a late bloomer when it comes to starting wrestling. I didn't get into it until I was about in eighth grade, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually when like people that start off as watching those kids kind of fall off. That's where I picked it up at. And for me, that was circa 2011.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first memories I have, I guess, was leading up to WrestleMania 27, right before Edge retired. I think that was the right one.
Mm-hmm. I was it was it 27 or 28? It's one of those
No,
two.
20, no, 28, he was definitely gone because that was Rock Cena too.
Okay, then
Maybe
then
26, maybe even earlier.
was it
I don't
26?
know, I'm not good with
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, I'm terrible at remembering exactly when.
But it was like circa Edge's last WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've just been really hooked ever since. For me, I've always been a big proponent, a big fan of women's wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Even back then when they were just the Divas, usually I would sneak and use my little TV just to stay and watch the Divas match, and then I'd turn off and actually go to bed.
Uh-huh.
So I've always been a big proponent of women's wrestling. AJ Lee changed the game. I don't care what nobody says. Nowadays, it's definitely Bianca Belair, not just because I met her,
Mm-hmm.
but it kind of helps that I met her. She's cool.
Yeah.
And Montez Ford, definitely. Yeah, so I've been fan for a long time, and then when I finally got into college, got the network, I've just been actually been able to fully enjoy the product.
Same. I think the network hugely changed everything because it was a very similar thing where like I started watching though when I was like 3 or 4, like I was super young. And but like I would never watch the pay-per-views because like to actually afford to watch pay-per-views back then was impossible. So like occasionally you get to see like the big one big show a year, like that was like a huge thing in our household. But yeah, when the network came, it was like, wow, I can actually now like keep up and like actually know what's happening in all these matches all the time now. Um, so yeah, yeah, for favorite wrestlers, are you going for like the Bianca Belair as your pick?
Yeah, I'll say like she just kind of came in the game like kind of an unknown, and then it's like in how far she's come from having like no
Hmm.
prior wrestling experience. So when they had to like
Yeah.
train from the ground up, it's crazy. So yeah, I'd definitely say Bianca is definitely at the top of the game and top of my faves list.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed in you both, though. I think that there's only one proper name to say for the greatest wrestler of all time, and you got to say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry, uh, not just because he has the same name as me, but he's.
Right.
I just love him so much. He's so good. He's definitely like modern, but if I was to also say like all time though, it's like AJ Styles for me. He's got in ring, he's got good character work. He literally does not have like a bad match. Like it's like impossible for him.
Yeah.
Even his match tonight, I mean, we'll get to it. I mean, it was okay, but like, it was in no way, shape, or form would you consider it a bad match. Okay, so yeah, let's just hop into it. So SummerSlam night one kicks off with the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed match. Um, what are your initial thoughts on seeing this match? Because after seeing so much wrestling, I forgot that this match even happens.
That's valid. Just same.
I thought it was a good match. I thought it was the right finish. I
Mhm.
think Bronson Reed is just there to like take pins
Yeah,
now for that faction. There were some fun spots. It's sort of I'm with you. It's like feud wise, I think it's like kind of forgettable because it's kind of like they were thrown together. But it was a good
yeah,
opening match. Like a lot of good spots, got the crowd going, and gets
yeah.
the right winner. And like I think it's okay that Breaker and Reed get the loss given what happens later. So.
Yeah, I actually kind of saw them losing and thought like that started triggering like, oh, we are probably going to get maybe a Seth Rollins cash in because like they're trying to have them lose right before like their faction's going to like take off basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. For one, I feel like the the decision was going to be obviously Roman Reigns because when does Roman Reigns lose? But I do like the fact that it was Jay who got the pin,
Yeah,
and that time when Roman took that spear on behalf of Jay, I was like Roman. First of the record, because since Roman Reigns has never apologized for everything, we still remember. You haven't said it. You have not said the words. I think this is a nice little way. It seems like I don't know. There might be a little bit more of a long-term storytelling between the pair of them as a team, or like very dynamic. Because remember, this all started like when Roman Reigns came back in 2020, right hand man. I feel like it might be a little bit of passing the torch on to Jay from Roman because Roman's probably not going to
yeah.
stick too much longer.
Yeah, I will say I'm not the hugest Jey Uso fan. Like I enjoy like the reactions he gets, obviously, but I don't necessarily want to see. I kind of want him in like the mid cards like level, to be honest. Like I think that's really where he would shine. Like if he was had a long IC or US title run, I'd be like so down for like, yeah, let's the Yeet. Let's have Jey Uso, go to the moon and face a bunch of really like good opponents and everything. No, I'm just not really seeing him as like this main event guy yet. Like even though they're trying so hard to market him as main event Jey Uso.
I think he had like a chance. Like I think there was a time where he was like super duper hot and like
Yeah,
they could. I mean, they had Roman versus Jay at SummerSlam, so
yeah,
like that was the big match. Was Jay versus Roman. So I think like they had their chance, and then retroactively we're like, okay, let's have him beat Gunther in the opening match, even though you're the Royal Rumble winner. I don't know. He's a little like
yeah,
mishandled, but it feels like he's super like you watch him like cut a promo on Raw, and it's like, oh, this guy's like a huge like character.
yeah,
Some promos got a good catchphrase, and then like the like excitement almost like dies a little bit, not all the way, but just when the match starts, it feels like,
yeah,
is this the guy? Is this not the guy? I'm not sure.
yeah.
So I hear you, but he can stay in the main event for me. I think he's still like a star. He's got star quality. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, for me, I just even though we don't talking about that man, the one thing I do kind of like that we said with Jay Uso, we're getting some different names in the main event scene.
Mhm.
People that would normally be in. I like what's kind of going on in WWE right now, where sometimes like some of the main, like some of the people that would normally be like the main card, like tag team division, are now kind of stepping into like main event storylines and like getting championship opportunities. And in Jay Uso's case, getting championship runs.
Um,
And then also in the same time, we're seeing like main eventers, maybe specifically in the women's division, going down into like the mid card.
mhm.
So I feel like I like what we're doing here, and I want to see it more often because like I feel like they've also kind of done that with LA Knight. He went from the mid card, and now I feel like now with what happened at the end of this show, well, night one, I feel like it's going to be slated to bring LA Knight kind of back into that main event
Mm.
like kind of scene.
Mhm.
So I get what you're saying because I'm not the biggest Jey Uso fan either once the bell rings. solo, but I like I like this dynamic of like just bringing new people into the main event scene so it doesn't get too stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just have all the regular main event people. It's like you would bring back a little bit more unpredictability. Like say, oh, let's just give them a shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
Super.
I would have loved to see Jey Uso versus Kofi Kingston for the for the world title. Like, how crazy would that be to have these two tag team guys fight for a main title? Like, I feel like, I mean, they had the opportunity. Kofi was heel at the time, Jay's face. I mean, they could have easily, had the New Day just say, "Oh, we lost our title, so now we can have Kofi get a match against Jey Uso." So,
Hey,
uh, yeah.
story.
Yeah, it's definitely it's on the cards. I feel like it's definitely possible. But yeah, I don't know. I think right now I think the main event scene is just like so just polluted with a bunch of other people right now. I think Seth Rollins, especially. I mean, he's got Jey Uso is one of them. I think he will be getting a title shot against Seth Rollins pretty soon. But I think like you got LA Knights, you got Roman Reigns, you got CM Punk, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn. I feel like they literally have just set up like a Rolodex for Seth Rollins to be facing, literally for now him to be coming over and being champion and running over. So he's definitely like in the plan still. I'm just like, I don't really want to see like Jey Uso be the one to beat Rollins in the future.
I
Yeah.
think it's my last thing on Jay. Before we move on, there's another side of the coin where there's like a bloodline storyline going on outside of him
Mm-hmm.
that Jimmy's involved in,
Yeah.
and for me, it was kind of weird. Like, okay, Jimmy's involved, but Jay is not. Like, it's a weird separation for me. I think he could easily slide into that kind of
Mm-hmm.
feud if he wanted to as well.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like Jay and Jimmy are going to be teaming up pretty soon. I feel like that's going to be on the cards at some point. Because like especially with the new bloodline, I mean, it could either be maybe Tama Tonga comes back and teams with Tonga Loa against the Usos, Hikuleu and JC Mateo. I could see those two teaming up to face the Usos as well. Um, so yeah, there's definitely things I think that aren't necessarily like the main event scene that Jey Uso can be doing for maybe like the next like 6 months or so. Like he has other routes to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I just need if the Usos are reuniting as a tag team, we need them on Raw. We
Yeah,
need them
yeah.
on Raw.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the SmackDown match, tag team. It's so good over there. Don't worry about putting in another top tier tag team over there.
Well, they still have even more teams that they can plug and chug in that equation. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Raw.
Like, yeah, Pretty Deadly wasn't even in that match. And like, they easily could have been in this match.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, okay, so like for star ratings for this tag team match, what would you guys be looking at? I would probably, for me, put it like 3.25 star. I think it was pretty good, but it wasn't like I'm not gonna remember it. I'm gonna forget about I literally forgot about it like the next day. Like but I enjoyed it while watching.
I had 3.5. I had it at 3.5 stars. Thought it was a good opening match. A lot of fun spots in there. Braun Breaker's like still awesome. Who we haven't talked about. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I thought it was good players. Thought it was a good finish. I gave 3.5. Good opening match.
Yeah, that's the same score I would have given it about 3.5.
Okay, cool. I'll be the Simon Cowell of this trio right here. Okay. Let's see. Moving on next, we got the tag team women's match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Um, yeah, I mean, another pretty fun match. I'm glad that Charlotte and Alexa walk away from this. I do enjoy like their chemistry and their dynamic. I do love putting two main event talents with that are just like odd personalities together and like giving them a little tag team run. So like I'm here for it. But yeah, no, it was a fine match. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good finish. I thought. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I agree. It was a good, solid match. I like the decision because I feel like Alexa Bliss has done the impossible. They got she got people to cheer for Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And I feel like, oh, I feel like it's going to be a fun little run. I hope that they can kind of reheat, kind of like Bianca and Jade's nachos of like actually like having the
Hmm.
title, like because it's like kind of too big on the card to be ignored.
Hmm.
So to like actually go and like they start to have some women's tag teams that can come together and actually like have rivalries and like have feuds and beyond just having
Yeah.
matches. Even if they just have matches, that's cool. They're good. They're good. There's a lot of good talent in there, and they're good talent, Charlotte and Alexa. So at least if they're out having good matches, we get some storylines and like I like where this could potentially be going.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely need this division to be better because it is pretty lacking in terms of who's even in
Yeah.
it.
that's why I like the tag teams. Like, if you're a women's established tag team, that's why I like them having the titles, because at least almost like respects the like division a little bit more. Like, they are a real tag team.
Mhm.
So I wanted, I think, going in the Judgment Day to retain.
Mhm.
Um, but the fact that they did have like a story beat thing with Flair and Bliss, and have like the Bliss hits Flair, but she recognizes it's an accident, so everything's okay, and I'm still gonna like help you get the win at the end.
Mhm.
The fact that they have like a story thing to actually go with from here on out, and the fact that they're like two big stars, they did kind of like turn me around where I was like, okay, I'm open to them having titles, and hopefully we can pull, like you said, like there's been big stars dropping down from the main event scene. There's
Mhm.
plenty of women superstars to pull from to make the tag division interesting. So
Yeah.
there could be more odd couples in the future to go against them.
They have so many women in the NXT division right now. Just straight up bring like 4 to 6 of them up as tag teams, and then just like put them in there and just say, okay, here's like this division gets reignited.
Right.
Um, but they're probably not going to do that. They're probably going to find another two random people to get paired together.
Yeah.
And
I know of two women that would also make a good oddball team that are suddenly now free on the card.
uh
Io and Rhea.
okay, I wanted to say that, but I was
Oh,
like yeah, no, that's definitely another one. I mean, their chemistry also, I mean, like in their triple threat match, like them working together, and like they've now had like two amazing triple threat matches this year. So I definitely think like you could probably do that. But Io Sky is also probably gonna just pair with like Kairi Sane. That's like the safe
yeah,
choice for Io.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they love Rhea so much that they want her in the main event of the women's division all the time.
All the time.
We don't need
I like Rhea. I think Rhea is my probably my favorite female wrestler right now.
Mhm.
But I agree. I think other people should probably be having their opportunities. We have a mid card now. Like, let her be an IC or US women's champion for a while.
it. Because like this is why this calendar year has soured me so much on Rhea Ripley. And
Mhm.
just like not as her obviously it's her booking, but it's just the fact that like she's just always in championship matches or demanding championship matches that she didn't
Mhm.
earn.
Mhm.
And like the whole storyline leading up into WrestleMania where she's mad at Bianca for being like blaming Bianca for her losing the title.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I see accountability is not in the room with us today. It's like this kind of like weird entitlement with I
Mhm.
haven't had it too much. Like I feel like she's definitely someone I need to follow that suit of like being like Charlotte Flair, being like Becky Lynch, just have some non-title feuds.
Mhm.
Call up someone from NXT to just go after Rhea for a couple months. Something to get her away from this title scene, especially like with a new face like Naomi in the division.
Mhm.
Like when we've now finally have a top heel in the Raw Women's division, I really feel like now that we can have some more fresh matchups. Like we now can look forward to Naomi versus Stephanie in Paris.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
just feel like right now I would like to continue enjoying this with kind of renaissance of new matches and new mashups
Mhm.
as opposed to what we have been getting, which is just this is my brutality. Like it's lit, but it's like it's just a
Yeah.
little oversaturated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Rhea for me has really just become like I think her matches are in the PLEs are just so good. So like I just say I'm okay for like TV weeks and like her getting all these opportunities. It's just like maybe a little like we've seen it already so many times because I'm like, well, we're gonna get a great payoff at this PLE because the odds of Rhea having a good match is just like way higher than it not being a good match. Um, so but I mean, if you ran Rhea EO every PLE for a year, I think you just have good matches and be like, okay, cool. Like you could watch that so many times.
I feel like they've done that more or less. They've put
Yeah,
them together, and it's
they
always really
can.
good.
Yeah, yeah. I really think you could have 12 Rhea EO matches in a year and still enjoy the 12th one that comes out.
Mhm. Um,
But yeah, star ratings for Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and the Judgment Day. I'll probably just give this a flat 3.
I'm with you. I'm with you. 3 stars across the board. Good match. Not a bad match. Good
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, like if this was the main event of a Raw or SmackDown, like you would say like that makes sense why that's the main event of that show. But, it's not crazy.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. And like, the matches was exactly what it needed to be.
Mhm.
3 stars.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, now on to a match with I I think this is probably my least favorite match of the show. And that's the Sami Zayn Karrion Cross match. Um yeah, Josh, I'm seeing a big reaction from you. How about you start us off here?
I hated this match.
Yeah.
I hated it so much because, like, I feel like with the way this match played out, Cross is done with WWE.
Yeah.
I feel like because like Cross needed a victory in one of two ways. He either needed to actually win the match, so Sammy had to say you were right, or like Kerry needed the like the moral win of like Sammy actually using the pipe
Hmm.
and actually changing and like proving him right, but him not having to say it. But the fact that no, Sammy Jane just a good old meat and potatoes baby face and just like wouldn't do things the right way. I'm just like, what are we doing here? This has been a colossal waste of time because this has done
Yeah.
nothing. I was hoping the storyline would help bring out some edge out of Sami Zayn because I'm tired of this. He's gone stale. He's like the end of piece of bread at this point.
Hmm.
There was like, yeah, that was one story for that match in 8 minutes was, is Sammy going to hit him with the pipe or not? And he didn't. And that's a match. Like, that's pretty much it. Feels like they're kind of just giving Karrion Cross the rub of like, hey, here's a SummerSlam singles match. There you
Yeah.
go. They gave it no time. It was never going to be anyone's favorite match. It was 8 minutes long. And
No.
like you said, like, there was nothing. I mean, no game for anybody. Like, I don't even think Sammy necessarily looks any better coming out of the match
No.
either. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprised to see it on the card. They didn't give it any time to like surprise us or do anything. Kind of a letdown, and particularly for Karen Cross, who was doing some good work. I thought, or there was a stretch of time where it's like people were like, "Oh, Karen Cross might like come back. Like we know he's good. We know maybe he can work. He was
Mhm.
cutting some good promos, and like this is how it ends." So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like his last match, which would suck. But it's like, yeah, they won't give him the opportunity. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, it sucks. I really am a fan of Sami Zayn. Like, if he wins the Royal Rumble 2026, I'm going to be hyped. Like, I know it's in Saudi Arabia. It's a very likelihood that he actually does do exactly what Jey Uso did this last time and wins the Rumble, goes on to face maybe Seth Rollins at Mania or something like that, maybe Cody Rhodes. But yeah, no, this was just kind of a filler match where they just were like, we need Sami Zayn on the cards, and they just kind of gave him to Karrion Cross and had no plan really for what they wanted with Karrion Cross, and this is what we got. And yeah, it feels like WWE literally had so much chance to make so much money off of Karrion Cross, and they just said, "Nah, I don't wanna, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna let the crowd reception and merchandise sales allow for us to even like kind of care about this guy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because like normally that's how like they indicate like who's a big star is based off of merch sales. That's literally what happened with Jey Uso. The New Day was like always winning tag team gold because they were the merch sellers for so many years. So they were like, let's just keep giving them the titles over and over again.
And then let's give Jelly Roll 25 minutes after
Yeah,
this, where he gets a
yeah,
in a like in a big comeback.
yeah.
So
Uh, yeah. We'll get to that one. I definitely have thoughts on that match too.
yeah,
But there's one
But
thing I
yeah.
want to comment on that you said is that like I do see the vision of being Sammy finally getting his moment at WrestleMania next year,
Mhm.
and I would have felt like him either losing this match and having to say the words "you were right" to Cross, or him actually using the pipe to give a little bit of edge would have done so much more for would have done so much for this story to like start, slowly start, the snowball, the avalanche toward the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber, and eventually toward WrestleMania, because that is kind of where I see it, Sammy finally getting his
Mhm.
moment. And I feel like he would be so much more compelling. He'd be more of a well-rounded character if he did show just a little teens of edge, just this much.
Yeah. Or if he does say no, though, I mean, Cross has to win. Like Cross has to then like get a roll up victory or something.
yeah,
Like there has to be like, oh, him not doing that costs him. Because like I could see like if they did that version, Sami Zayn wins the Rumble in 2026, but is like still mad and like maybe he even does some heel tactics to get the last person out, which everyone's kind of like, oh, I'm surprised at that. And then we replayed the John Cena Cody Rhodes one where Cody Rhodes comes out, Sami Zayn hugs Rhodes like like oh we're doing a good thing, and then Zayn also does the like straight face and then kicks him in the balls and then
yeah.
turns heel.
I think like Sammy can. This is a match that Sammy can lose too. I don't think anyone like
No.
you can tell whatever story you want with Sammy, like if he's the main event guy or not. If you're gonna push Sammy as a big baby face, we will not, hold them too harshly for giving Sami Zayn a loss here. Like it was
No.
like Sami Zayn winning again. It just like doesn't push him up in any way, and it just like kind of kills anything that Cross like could have had. So I wish Karrion Cross won the match too. But in 8 minutes, you got one story to tell. They put their chips in on Sammy. They're like, let's just keep Sammy a babyface. And so I don't really have much else to say about this match, to be honest. It was not
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, star ratings. Let's start with Josh.
1.5.
Yeah. Brendan.
I gave it 2 stars. It probably would have been lower, but Sami Zayn holding the pipe like like it was his dick or something. That
Yeah.
gave me like a little a little boost. Just because he was holding it like this like for like a minute, and
Yeah.
that made me laugh. So it gets a bump up for that.
I'm gonna like meet in the middle and say 1 3/4 because it was not good. I consider like 2 stars. Like I'm okay that the match happened. This one's like I'm just a little annoyed that this happened. Okay. Moving on next to Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Shortest match on the card besides the cash-in. Um Thoughts?
Tiffany was better than Jade.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like a Jade fan. I'm ready to see because she's got like
Yeah.
her hooks in with like Bianca and Naomi. There's like real feud stuff there. She obviously
Mhm.
like the Royal Rumble return. She got a huge pop. I think people want to see Jade be good, but and again, it just feels like a waste of the Queen of the Ring to make it the shortest match. Jade proves she's the Queen of the Ring, and then kind of falls flat in the title match. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy Tiffany's keeping it. I think. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Didn't love it. Didn't love it. That's that's my wrap on that. I think.
Josh.
It was okay. I just like I don't know what to expect because they didn't have much storyline going into this. They never even had like a real in-ring promo. Like on the Go Home
Mhm.
show, they had 52 seconds in a backstage segment to sell their match. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and lower all my expectations now of like, even though I don't think anyone was expecting, like, I was thinking it was going to be fine, and I guess kind of what we got for like wasn't a bad match,
Mm-hmm.
but like definitely feel like I don't know. Jade's been getting all this training, and it's like you see glimpses of it, but I feel like I see the individual pieces of the puzzle. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just wondering why will they not connect? Why
Yeah.
are they not connecting? Because I feel like with all the matches she was having in AEW solo, and this was all without all this extra training, this is without the PC. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she was still turning in better performances than this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wonder like they cut this match down like quite a bit during the show or something because it did feel like a bit rushed in terms of it. I mean, like some of the stuff we saw like was good. I mean, like clearly like these two can have a good match, but like they just kind of were limited in like what they were allowed to do because if you're having a big match at SummerSlam for a title and you're only given 7 minutes, you can't have a classic. You can't have a match that people are going to really be talking about after the show because 7 minutes is just not enough time. So yeah, I mean, I'll give it 2.25. I think it happened. I think it's okay, but like yet again, not really caring about it too much.
Yeah, I gave this one 2.5. Sort of
Mhm.
similar thinking. Again, I think it was one of those moments where it's like it felt like Jey Uso winning the Rumble to then open WrestleMania or whatever. It was just kind of
Mhm.
like we did this whole thing, Queen of the Ring. We chose you, and then like this is like the outcome of that. So just a little underwhelming for me. 2.5.
Um,
Yeah, likewise, I'm giving this 2.5, and just like I don't know, like going into this match, I was not sure if I had a preferred outcome
mhm.
because I feel like as happy as I am that Naomi cashed in on Raw, on like in the on the Raw Women's Division Championship match, like it kind of killed any potential buzz for this match because we always feel
Yeah.
like, oh, Naomi's going to be looming, she's going to be waiting to pounce on Jay the same way Seth was obviously waiting to pounce on Punk.
Mhm.
But now with that storyline element being removed, and it's like I really don't even see where Tiffany even goes from here as champion. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even really see a direction for Jade as champion. I saw okay, Naomi gonna cash in, but this was like she gonna cash in. We're gonna have her versus Jade. Naomi gonna be back. We're gonna get the big three triple threat. There's like a lot more
Yeah.
Yeah.
potential for the that division on that side with Naomi there. And it's like once Naomi moved over to Raw, it's like, so what are we doing over here? And I
Yeah.
still am going to be asking that question come SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree. I think I mean, who else has Tiffy has left? Like, I mean, I feel like she's almost run through like most of the division at this point. Like, I mean, I guess maybe are they gonna send Rhea over to face Tiffy now? Is that
Ooh.
like gonna be their call?
I definitely think there needs to be some sort of shit. They need some new blood in this SmackDown Women's division.
Yeah,
On top, they need a heel too. That's not Nia
yeah,
Jax.
yeah. Nia Jax. I mean, she was on top for a little bit, but yeah, I don't think anyone wants to see that again.
Queen of the Ring winner, I will say. They treated that Queen of the Ring winner pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
I was so shocked when she when she won the title. I was like, no way they're gonna give the title to
they're
Nia
really
Jax.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It was a bad Tiffany, won
yeah,
out
well,
in the end. So it was a nice little push for
well,
her.
I feel like
yeah.
with King and Queen of the Ring, I feel like it's kind of like with the Royal Rumble. I feel like we're so used to people. Oh, you win the Royal Rumble, you're gonna go on to WrestleMania, you're gonna win the title.
Hmm.
And I guess this is the case where, like, don't always predict it because sometimes they might lose.
Hmm.
So, like, I didn't, I, like I said, it is what it is. What's the next match? That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next match, we got our celebrity match here of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Um, you know, not a huge fan of this match. I got to be honest. I think that there's some hype moments where I was like, oh shit. Uh,
Yeah.
but every time Joey Roll through a clothesline or any kind of move, I was like, oh no, this does
Yeah.
not look good.
I mean, they did their best. I thought
Yeah,
Logan, being a celebrity, I guess
yeah,
he's riding that line to where he's like so legit in the ring. It seems these days.
yeah,
He's doing a pretty good job of selling the stuff from Jelly Roll, and
yeah,
then Jelly Roll ultimately, like, for the bitter fans who are like, this guy's not a wrestler. You got Logan Paul jumping off the top rope and just
yeah.
like, wow, that was
Murdering him.
awesome. I know he does it every match these days, Logan Paul. Like, he always does
Yeah.
the from the top rope through the table. Dude, it gets me every time. That was like
Yeah.
so sick.
Which is why he needed to do that against AJ Styles at Mania. I don't know why that he chose that match to be the one where he doesn't do it. Yeah, Josh, thoughts?
I mean, once again, I mentioned this earlier about some other matches. I'm happy about the unique circumstances of the end. The fact that Jericho not only lost, but he got pinned.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine with this. Like the outcome, and like Jelly Roll did his like had his big moments, his big spots, and like I just wish that obviously he lost a lot of weight to like be
Yeah.
trained to be in the ring. But what I want to know from like local wrestlers here is that they are not a big fan of you like using wrestling to like lose weight. They say
Hmm.
lose weight and then come train to be a wrestler.
Hmm.
And I feel like because it's going to be complicating things because like you're not going to be able to get like you got to work with what you have as your body.
Hmm.
And I just feel like with what I was expecting a little bit more power moves, I was expecting a little bit for like besides the table spot, I was expecting a little bit better selling on some of the in ring moves.
Hmm.
Probably that could have been much better, but like this is definitely not the most offensive celebrity run in, and
No,
like
No, it's not.
not even close. Yeah.
General came in, he played his parts, and like he had his big moment. I wish, yeah, it's fine.
What's everyone's favorite celebrity match of all time?
Bad Bunny, Damian Priest in Puerto Rico.
I think I'm with you. Bad Bunny was awesome in that match. And the entrance was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. That
I'm with you.
Yeah, that's really good. My pick though would be Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville at Mania.
Ooh, that's
Like I can watch that match whenever and I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna have a good time. It's gonna be so much fun. Like it's everything you want out of a celebrity match. It's goofy, silly, but also like has some really cool, exciting moments.
Right. And I think that's like they have to make that decision every time there's like a celebrity. It's like, is this a joke or is this real?
Yeah.
Like, how are we treating this guy?
Mhm.
I remember the match started and Jelly Roll got some offense. So I was like, okay, hold on. We can't make this guy, we can't portray him to be like on the same level as like a Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So like ultimately the in-ring stuff, they like he got his stuff in or whatever. And then I give him a lot of credit for the like emotional part of the comeback where he's like looking back at the ring. He doesn't want to go, but he's hurt. And then he comes back. He ultimately does get pinned, which I think is the right call. But I do give him credit. I think they're like
Yeah.
really doing their best to make these like celebrities come in and do a good job.
Mhm.
The other thing I wanted to mention is like, to me, Logan Paul was like the MVP of this match, like by
Yeah.
a lot. Like he to me shined way more than anybody else did in the match, which I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it felt like Randy Orton and McIntyre were like limited sometimes about like what they could do because they were kind of having to be around Joey Roll. They couldn't do too much with him.
Yeah.
Whereas Logan Paul could work with Joey Roll, and he could also work with Orton and McIntyre. Like he was able to actually be around all of them. I almost wish I know that McIntyre almost wasn't even going to be able to be in this match, and the Miz was almost going to be the
Yeah.
and I actually think that might have been a better match, weirdly, just because the Miz would have been able to like sell and work with Joey Roll, whereas
Yeah.
McIntyre kind of can't do that as much. It's very few things you can do. And it makes sense. I mean, McIntyre's look at McIntyre. Like, how can
Yeah.
you expect Joey Roll to ever hurt McIntyre.
Exactly. That's like when Bad Bunny came in for the first tag match at WrestleMania with Damian Priest.
Mhm.
I feel like The Miz and John Morrison were both like on the same level enough to where like he could actually like they could get their stuff in, but also Bad Bunny could also get some decent offense in.
Yeah.
Whereas like all of Joey Roll's big stuff came at Logan Paul's expense. Like like when Drew McIntyre he hit his like one black hole slam, and that's about all the offense he got in on Drew McIntyre.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it was definitely fine. If I ranked it in like celebrities, it would probably be somewhere in like the middle of the pack. Like it's definitely it's serviceable. But I don't think I'm like saying let me get another Joey Roll match. I don't think
Who's
I
Joey Roll gonna face next?
yeah. Joey Roll versus Brock Lesnar, okay. Okay, so start ratings for this match. I mean, I will say I'll give it like a 3.25. I think it was pretty good. But like not it's like the few spots, that's what I'm gonna remember for it. And then like that's about it. So we'll
I
give it
gave
three.
it 3.5.
Three and a half.
I think the crowd, like if the crowd's into it, that sort of like
Yeah.
helps me out too. Like if the crowd's into it, then it's a good match. You know what I mean? So like I bumped it up a little bit because the crowd was hot for the Jelly Roll comeback.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually hated the Jelly Roll comeback. I was not a fan of. I did not like that.
I was like, just please don't put him on a stretcher and do it that way. Please don't do the stretcher out and then he like busts off the stretcher and runs back. At least they like carried him off. He did take forever. Like he stayed in the ringside forever.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was fine. I thought he sold it well. So and the crowd was into it. So I gave it 3.5.
And Joe, you thought you were going to be the Simon Cowell of the group. I'm giving this 2.75 stars.
Okay. I think this match could range depending on how you like this match, anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5. Like it really could fluctuate depending on like the mood you're also in watching it.
Yeah. If you don't want to see Jelly Roll wrestle, and you don't, and I would totally get that because those were weak. Dude, Logan Paul jumped as high as he could for that choke slam.
Yeah,
that was not Jelly Roll strength. That was Logan Paul doing his best to get some height on that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think that's also a fair rating, Josh. It's it was okay, but yeah, it's like a few spots and that's all you want. But unfortunately, it was a 17-minute and 10-second match, which is definitely long for only having a few really good spots. But now we're coming to the main event. I think of night one. I think we're going to be a lot more high on this match than the previous matches. As we got CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I loved it. So I thought it was really good. Potentially match of the weekend for me. Like, there's one other match that I think it's like up in the air, but I think this first night was pretty underwhelming, but has this amazing main event and surprise at the end. Like I think that's really what like propelled the night.
So just like WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's very much like WrestleMania.
So is the cash-in part of it? I think is my question, especially for like the star ratings. Like, is that part of the main event or is that something else?
Well, seeing that the match officially had concluded, I will say that's not a part of the match.
Yeah. If you want to like give like both if it's included and not included, I mean you can because they are basically entwined. I don't think we should rate the cash in like the match of the cash in because it's 10 seconds long.
Yeah. With you, I really like this match. My one criticism, like when a match is so good, I think my brain just wants to criticize any little thing. The only thing I can complain about, I wish there was a little bit more offense from Punk. Like not a lot. It was like 90% like Gunther just like beating the shit out of him. Which again, I think I was like trying to take notes as I went along. The first 15 minutes, I was like somehow the first 15 minutes was like chops, Big Boots wrestles. It was like 15, 20 minutes of the match. And I was like, this is really good. I don't know how they're doing this, but Gunther beating the shit out of people is just inherently entertaining.
Yeah. I really love the ring psychology though, in like the early stages of the match where like Punk knew about the chops and like he had scouted so much. And it felt like, he clearly knew like I need to limit the amount of chops I'm getting. I need to make sure I'm avoiding these certain moves.
Right.
So I did enjoy that. But yeah, no, I do agree. I think Punk took probably too much offense throughout this entire match. Makes sense a little bit towards how they wanted to book the finish of the match.
Yeah.
With the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when Gunther came up though, I did go like, oh my god, and I was like, oh no, that's fake blood. Like almost immediately, I was just like, yeah, that's not
Yeah,
it.
he took a little break under the announce table. Who
and,
knows what could happen?
and the referee immediately came over. Like it felt like very clear that.
Yeah. Hey, blood is blood, though. We like blood.
Yeah.
I think it was just a little bit too much blood for my liking, just to like to sell the story. I'm just like, I don't like. I definitely agree that CM Punk could have gotten a little bit more offense. Just like maybe like 10-15% more offense in for this match. I do feel like when Gunther has a style match like this, it's kind of an acquired taste. Because usually with like especially for like main event matches, usually like a lot more for like bigger spots, a lot more like hype moments, like more bigger moves. Where like that's kind of not always Gunther's style. He's kind of like a smash, ground and pound type of wrestler. He's like someone who's gonna like wear you down slowly just by destroying you with chops and kicks and punches and drop kicks and power bombs, splashes. Like his moveset isn't really that flashy. So like at times, like I don't really love Gunther's match, but this one was like not the best Gunther match I've seen. I feel like there could have been more intensity if there was a little bit more back and forth. But like it was definitely, I'd say definitely at least match of the night.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, it's no Gunther versus Drew and Sheamus or Gunther Sheamus, like all those like IC title matches that Gunther had. I think that's like right now his legacy, honestly, of like as a wrestler is like those 5-star classics.
Yeah,
I'd say. I mean, I'll like say my rating now. I'd give this like 4.5 stars. Like I think it's really good, very solid. Like definitely like this could close pretty much any show, and people are going to be happy.
I had 4.25 for this one. Match of the night for me. I think I have another match of the night too that I have over this. But there were some good spots. Gunther, like I feel like to your point, Josh, like he's almost fighting these days like Roman Reigns style main event. I'm gonna work you down for like 20-25 minutes and talk shit to you with hot mics in the ring. I thought the call me a kid again when he's like got him in the he's got him in a headlock and he's telling him call me a kid again. I was like, that's so good. Like I like the character stuff. I think there's a something they could do with Gunther. Like I think there's like comparisons between him and Brock, but I think Gunther's more dynamic. Like there's something you could do with Gunther where it's like he's always like the cocky heel in these main events, and it's like could we have a storyline where he like has to pay for his hubris and all these matches, and it's like maybe I've been too cocky, maybe I got to go back to being like a wrestler, giving everybody a fair shot, and there's more 50-50 matches, and you see more like fast-paced matches that we know Gunther can wrestle, because like that's part of the reason why he's so good. It's like he can kind of do it all, but we've only kind of been seeing this one style of match from him. So I'm very curious to see what they do. I hope they don't just like kind of write him off for a while and then have him come back and challenge for the title. Like I want to see a non-title thing with Gunther, because I think he's like at this point underratedly good because we've only seen one style. So I want to see like what else he's got. So, but again, match of the night for me for 4.25.
Yeah, on that point, like I said, that style of Gunther match works when it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Like those matches with Sheamus.
Yeah.
Those matches with Drew McIntyre, that triple threat his matches with Ilya Dragunov back in NXT
Yep.
UK and NXT regular. I feel like those matches works if you have someone matching his energy, and I don't really feel like CM Punk matched his energy in that match. That's why I kind of felt a little bit flatter
Mhm.
for me because like I need to see Gunther like be like have those oh crap he hit me and that hurt.
Yeah.
Like I needed more of those moments from Gunther, so that's why for me the match was like 3 3/4.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I personally think that's pretty low. I did enjoy it, but like I understand. I think right now they're chasing the dragon where they really love the Gunther versus Sami Zayn match for the IC
Mhm.
title at Mania. I think they really love that style of match. And so they want Gunther to have those style matches a lot. Where just like it's the good face is just like getting the shit kicked out, but then has the Rocky style comeback that out of nowhere is able to, usurp this dominant heel. Um, so I enjoy it. I was definitely fully invested in this, and maybe this is also because like previously to this, I think a lot of the other matches were just not as good. So I'm like looking at this, and I'm just like, oh yes, give me more of this in my wrestling.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think like the lowest that I would like look at it is at least 4 stars. I feel like this has to be at least 4 stars for me.
I was like that point that you were making about that style of Gunther match, the Gunther Sami Zayn match.
Mhm.
That was kind of like I think playing into what I was saying before. It's like okay, he's lost enough of those matches now. Gunther has where
Yeah.
we gotta turn a corner and we gotta see because now he's not the unbeatable super big heel. Like now we have
Yeah.
to see like the NXT style matches. So I still thought it was a pretty good match, and I think it's weird to say that Gunther's a transitional champion because he's had 2 like super long reigns,
Mhm.
but more shenanigans with the world heavyweight title because right after this we got some more craziness. So you want to talk about the cash in?
Yeah, so Cashin definitely highlight of potentially the weekends.
Yeah.
I my jaw was dropped. I like saw it coming, but was somehow still shocked, which is like kind of the like weird thing because I had heard some like reports of like oh the an injury angle was previously talked about for Seth Rollins, so I was like okay, is that just like them trying to like lead me somewhere that's not actually going to go anywhere? Um, but yeah, once the music of Seth Rollins hits, and I was like, oh, he's actually going to be here. Maybe he's going to cash in, but maybe he still has an injury. Maybe it's like going to be Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come down, beat the shit out of CM Punk.
Yeah.
Rollins cashes in, still injured, and then hobbles himself out as the champion. But when he took out the knee brace and like did the throwing the crutches to the side, I was like, oh shit, he's actually like fully ready.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if this thing was completely at work. I really feel like he was slightly injured, and I feel like maybe it's just a
Mhm.
case of the injury just turned out to be not as bad or as severe as people
Yeah.
might have expected it to be. So that's why they've been very not very like very hush hush about the situation
Mhm.
because they wanted to see how if this is like see the actual severity of the injury. And I feel like with that, like because I got the chance to go to Cosm to like with all the big screens and all the big fans and stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm watching. I was like, I have a feeling something's gonna happen. And then right then the music hit, so I see him come out with crutches and like I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got worked with that. I
Yeah.
did. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, he's just coming out to give a warning. It's like I might be injured, but I'm still coming for you. And it's like, oh, psych, I'm not injured. I'm coming for you now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're
I mean,
they're gonna tell the story that it was at work. I think because they were already kind of doing that on the broadcast. They
yeah.
were like Seth outsmarted him again or whatever. So whether like if it's fully a work, a full work never was an injury. It's like one of the greatest works ever because I was totally fooled by
Yeah.
it, and including like the walking away towards the stage. I definitely did not think he was cashing in. I thought he was still injured. Um,
Mhm.
but they are going to tell the story as a work, and it's crazy to me how they still are finding ways to ignite the Seth Punk rivalry. Like it's been going on,
Yeah.
like really since Punk came back, and it continues. The stakes continue to be raised.
Mhm.
So for me, it feels like because I think they already tried to do this, and then plans like change or whatever because of the Punk injury. They wanted to do Seth versus Punk at Mania before. I think you have enough fuel to do it again, but there's so much time between then and
Yeah.
now. What are you going to do with both of those guys in the meantime
Mhm.
um, until you get to WrestleMania? Like, that's my one hang up. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I feel like Rollins is going to try so hard to not have a match against Punk. Like he's going to duck hit Punk at every corner. And then eventually I could see we have a match where it's like Rollins Punk. If Punk loses, then he can't challenge for like a world title again. Like for the rest, like really try to have like Rollins create like this contract where it's like, okay, you can no longer be a world champion if you lose. And like that would definitely be like like WrestleMania main events level
Yeah.
like stakes to it.
Because Punk could lose that match in theory, right? He's an older
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, only has maybe like 2 to 3 more years of really being in there. So, like, yeah, he could lose and then just be a more of a mentor figure, maybe have a IC US title kind of run or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
In terms of cash-ins, where would you rank this in terms of overall cash-ins? Because I think the Heist of the Century is still my number one cash-in. I think that one's just so good.
Yeah.
Um, I think the OG cash-in with Edge is just always going to be like it's kind of hard to have that really go any further down. But like this could be number three, maybe number four, because Dolph Ziggler's was also really good. But it's maybe somewhere around there.
I definitely say like top five
Mhm.
all time because like there's just a lot of rumor and speculation, and we really didn't know. Even when we saw Seth come out and heard the music, and we saw him come with the crutches, we still didn't really know.
Mhm.
So I really feel like the kind of like the dangling the carrot in front of us like the whole time
Yeah.
definitely like had it was one of the more cash in with like kind of the most
Story.
storyline based cash ins.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like that makes it top five all time.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. It's definitely top five. It doesn't top his first one at Mania, I think.
No.
Just
No.
like, yeah, because it's WrestleMania, you're spoiling the main event. At the time, also, I think people didn't want, they weren't high on either person winning. So
Yeah.
Seth almost saving the main event too gives it some points. I like the Dolph Ziggler one, but I think this one is better. I do kind of like the Dean Ambrose cash in on the same night when that wasn't like a thing that they did a billion times because they did that a few times
Yeah.
after trying to like recreate the magic.
Yeah.
That the same night cash in was really good, but I still don't think it
Mhm.
tops this. I think it's
Yeah.
probably I think maybe for me, but just because I'm more of a recent, only been watching for like 10 years or so, maybe Seth as the top two in my mind. Maybe
Yeah.
this is number two for me.
Yeah. I think he's now like definitively Mr. Money in the Bank. Like
Oh yeah.
if you think of this Money in the Bank contract now, you are going to think of Seth Rollins first. Like before, there was like CM Punk, Edge, like those were the ones that you really think of. I think Rollins is now like over them in terms of like being so synonymous with this stipulation.
Oh, can I also say like this is going way back? But
Mhm.
I'm so happy that Seth won the briefcase. Like
Yeah,
the briefcase, like whoever wins Money in the Bank, it's like they've toyed around with different ideas. Like, do we give it to a guy who's not a main eventer yet, and this is the thing that springs them into the main event, or do we give it to a babyface or a heel?
mhm.
I just think like for me, just like give it to a main event heel. Like that's
Mhm.
where my brain is. Like if LA Knight
Mhm.
had it, it would be a huge deal for sure, especially because a lot of people wanted him. I don't think LA Knight is producing a moment like this if he has
No.
a case.
I think
So
the only other like I guess like new up and comer who could have a moment like this is like a Dominic Mysterio. I think
yeah, yeah,
I think if he was a Mr. Money in the Bank, he would have some pretty cool like cash in moments.
for sure.
But yeah, no, I think LA Knight, he needs to win a title in the next like year or so, or I don't think he's gonna win the main title. I think it is he's also someone who's getting up there in age, so it's like he only has so much time to like ever to get it.
Mm.
So I think that's like really what like propels like why people want it. But yeah, I agree. I don't think his cash in would necessarily be good. He'd probably announce his cash in. He would probably say, "I'm cashing in at SummerSlam against this person."
Yeah, the baby face. Call my shot. I don't want you at your worst or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I agree. I think heels should have this contract. I think heels work best for Money in the Bank, and I think baby faces work best in the Rumble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
because if we think about all the top like times we talk about like the best cash-ins, they've all been done by heels.
Yeah.
Like I've been over here trying to think, what's the best babyface Money in the Bank cash-in?
Probably RVD against John Cena, which yet again announced
Yeah,
cash in, and then it was literally just because of it was at ECW One Night Stand. Like that was
right.
literally the reason why it became good. uh, so yeah,
Or Dean
no,
Ambrose, right? Dean Ambrose was babyface that
Dean Ambrose,
the
yeah,
night where all three members of the Shield hold the brief or hold the belt
yeah,
in one night. Yeah,
exactly.
I'd probably say that one.
Yeah, yeah. You need like very specific situations like
Mhm.
that where like the story perfectly works for the face to like do it. You like a babyface can't just get it with no plan. Whereas you can give a heel no plan and then be like, okay, let's figure out a plan in the next year and they'll make it
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
Dude, Seth, even like his first time he had the briefcase, he was so good at just holding the briefcase and not
Yeah,
catching in and just like teasing it and like one day I'm gonna be the guy that runs this shit and you're not gonna know what day that is and like he held the briefcase. I mean, he held it till Mania, so
yeah,
I think that's another good. That's another pro for a heel having the briefcase is like you never know. I could always cash in.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. But that's only night one, everyone. We still have a whole another night to talk about here. Night two, in my opinion, significantly better than night one.
I agree.
Like way better. And to be fair, it is because there are so many stipulations. I don't know why they structured the cards like this, but last like night one was like pretty like just here it is, here's the matches, and then this is where they put all the stipulations. You got your triple threats, you got your no DQs, you got your TLC ladder match, you got your steel cage, you got your straight fights. Like
And this
they
is like they brought back Extreme Rules. This is
yeah.
SummerSlam Extreme Rules.
Yeah, exactly. So like I mean, it's literally impossible for this night, I think, to have been worse than night one because there's just so much going on for it.
I also give credit like there were a lot of no DQ stuff and like every match was or Dom and AJ Styles I think was the and Cody and Cena were the only two straight up.
Cody and Cena was a street fight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and that was a street fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, duh. So
Yep.
just Dominic and AJ I think were the only normal match on the card, but I think every match was incorporating something unique and something different,
Yeah.
and so it didn't feel like we were just watching like the same spots over and over and over again. There's some really unique spots that I'm
Yeah.
excited to talk about with night two, but ultimately, like, yeah, I'm very much with you. Night two is way better, way better.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be the night people remember of the show, probably this and the main event of night one. But yeah, let's get straight into it with the women's triple threat here. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Um, opening up with this triple threat match again, and guess what? Yet again, really good. I mean, like just solid wrestling. I love that Naomi is still the champion walking out of this. I think that she needed to win this. I think having her as the top heel right now in that division is like just so needed. I think we've seen I'm going to what Josh was saying, like we've seen like Rhea have the championship a bunch, Io have like it's been a while since Naomi has really had like a good title run, and she has this new character now that is very unique, probably the best character that she's had in her history of WWE. Like let her have like an amazing run right now with this title.
Yeah, I would say um this was needed because, like, first of all, I'm just so happy for Naomi. Like,
Mhm.
she got to go have the interest with her dad performing for her.
That
And
was
I was
cool.
like, dang, she's really having her go because allegedly this is probably her last run because she wants to start making some babies. So I'm just like, yes, give her all the things, let her have like a good run. Because I
Mhm.
really feel like recently, like the women's world championships specifically have just had like big people as the champion, but
Mhm.
not have much storyline, not much TV time. Look at Io's
Mhm.
reign.
Yeah.
She hadn't had a match before Evolution since that little the night after WrestleMania with that match with
Yeah.
Stephanie McCur.
She just got lost in the middle there. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like with a character like Naomi and how unhinged she is, I feel like we have a character that could almost kind of like how Liv was in a way,
Mhm.
just like someone who was definitely going to be salt and peppered all throughout the show, and is gonna and probably more so than Liv's gonna have like title matches, like she's already slated for a clash in Paris with Stephanie McCur, and I definitely feel like she's gonna be someone who, with her character, as long as her, I feel like she's gonna be someone who's gonna be a regular staple of like it, if not regular PLEs, at least gonna be like on like the diet PLE on the version of Monday Night Raw after the pick show happens.
Mhm. Nice.
Um,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, no, you're all good. Yeah. No, I agree. I think right now, Naomi, I mean, I think there's so many people that she can go. I mean, the like main event status is like full of like baby faces right now for the women's division. Like she can now like really have the run litter. I think she can have your one-on-one matches with Rhea, with Io Sky. I think eventually, Naomi versus Tiffany is another match that I'd love to see if they ever kind of switch around. And then obviously, yeah, we still have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill as people that need to face Naomi pretty soon here. So yeah, no, I love it. I feel like Naomi before, like her biggest thing was just like, oh, she's the glow girl. She goes out there with the cool entrance that glows. But there's actually like substance to this character now, where it's like, oh, she actually seems dangerous. Like she at any moment she could just like take someone out, and it feels believable now.
They Wade Barrett, I think, mentioned this. This is a funkadactyl. This is a former, which is like
Yeah.
I think around the time I started watching, I think she was a funkadactyl. Like, and to see how far she's come is really impressive. I'm with you. I think she retains. I think it's a good call that she retains. First of all, because I think she's got all the momentum as a character, and storyline wise, like she's just something that we can actually like sink our teeth into as fans. Like Rhea and the Judgment Day are like not really a strong like thing anymore. At least
Mhm.
it used to be a lot stronger. And then Io kind of like I love Io in pay per view matches, and I think she's like an awesome babyface. And I think she's
Um,
maybe my favorite women's wrestler. Um, but storyline wise, coming out of this, I think Naomi's definitely the right call. And I'm excited to see who she faces next.
Yeah, that's always the issue that WWE has with Japanese wrestlers, especially, is like they just can't book good storylines with them. They can give them good matches, but like that's the only thing that they know is like they'll put them in the match, but then they'll have no idea what to do leading up to the match. Um, and I feel like that's the case a lot with Io Sky is like I only think about her PLE matches, but like I don't really think about her on the weekly shows
Ooh,
because it's just kind of like,
actually.
yeah,
So, compare careers. Who do you think has a better career, Asuka or Io Sky?
right now Asuka, but Io Sky has the higher ceiling.
Okay.
I think I'd have to agree because when Asuka came in NXT, that undefeated streak,
Hmm.
even when she gets on the main roster undefeated streak, and like for someone who like hasn't, even though she hasn't lived up to like that NXT Asuka, her time on the main roster, she's accomplished a lot. She's a Grand Slam
Yeah,
champion. She's
Yeah.
won a Royal Rumble. She's won Money in the Bank. She's been like, I think she's even been like a sole survivor on Survivor Series. So like,
yeah,
she's I think she's won Elimination Chamber too. Like she's done all of the
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that like even some of the four horsewomen haven't done.
Yeah.
So it's like
So,
I
so
definitely feel like it's Oscar.
is that what it takes for Io Sky then to get those bigger wins? Like, so Io hasn't won a Royal Rumble, correct?
Uh, didn't she? I
No, she won Money in the
has she
Bank.
not? Oh yeah, Money
Money
in
in
the
the
Bank.
Bank. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Um, yeah, because I feel like she delivers every single, like you said, like every PLE. Is there
Mhm.
something like, because every time she drops the title, I'm nervous that we're like never gonna see her again. Like that's like the nerves that I have because
Yeah,
a non-title match, like you said, like it's harder for her, I think, to build like a feud, and I hate that because I like love Io Sky and I would always want
yeah.
to see her on PLEs. But I'm very curious to see if like she drops off, if we don't see her for a few months, if she gets involved with Rhea maybe again, and they have like a trilogy type situation.
Here's what I'll say. I don't know what's going on with Triple H's booking of the women's division, but for some reason, with the last several women's world champions, they've gotten more TV time. They've shown like we've enjoyed them more once they lost the title.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Liv Morgan, after she dropped the title, she was actually putting on like good matches on Raw and like getting
Yeah,
more reps in the ring and like actually getting more screen time. Even more
yeah.
so with Rhea Ripley when she lost the title because she had the little feud with Raquel at Night of Champions, that
Mhm.
Street Fight or whatever, the Rio City Street Fight that they had. And I feel like even with Io, like the last few since dropping the title, she's been having matches on Raw where she wasn't even doing as champion.
Mhm.
So I definitely feel like this like I feel like she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna face Becky Lynch next for the IC Women's title.
Ooh, that'd be
That's
very fun.
Ooh.
and I think that would be great because I think Becky knows how to build a feud, and so I think she'll be able to build a feud with Io. Because like I think that was the problem with Lyra was Lyra didn't know how to build a feud, but she could have good matches.
Mhm.
And then Becky Lynch kind of came in and basically was like, okay, let's like ramp up your character. Let's actually give you like a reason for people to care about you right now. Um, and I feel like we might get a very similar situation with Becky versus Io, where we maybe get like 2 to 3 matches of those two, and like the build kind of like ramping up in that same intensity.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the women's division on Raw now is so much more fluid and dynamic
Mm-hmm.
because now we had like Becky and Bailey kind of go down in the IC title picture. Now I think we're gonna have like a Lyra Bailey feud because she's done with Becky now,
Mm-hmm.
and Becky's gonna need a new challenger.
Yep.
So I can see either Rhea or Io coming down to go and like drop it, especially now that Naomi for sure has Stephanie lined up. So everyone else is
Yeah.
going to have to wait in line to go after the world title.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is definitely an opportunity. And then like once Bailey and Lyra are done, they can go up and then try to challenge Naomi.
Yep.
Like I feel like there's so many women like and even like the women that are actually in the mid card,
Mm-hmm.
like there's still so much room, so many spots for women on Raw
Yeah.
to be put in like singles, tag team, mid card, main event. Like it's so much more fluid and dynamic and just like SmackDown, get it together.
Yeah, SmackDown, they got their tag team men's division. That's their pride and joy, and then Cody
And then
Rhodes.
Cody. Yeah. That's all I got.
uh, but yeah, in terms of going back to the Naomi, Rhea, and Io, what would your star ratings be for this match? Let's start with Brendan.
I think that the way I judge some of these matches, I think it was so comparative because so this might be a little low, but I have it at 4 stars, even 4 stars.
Yeah, Josh.
I have it at 4.25,
Mhm.
maybe 4.5. I just feel like it was a good triple threat match, and like it obviously didn't top like the women's triple threat from WrestleMania, but I feel
Yeah,
like it was still very serviceable. I feel like every woman got the reps in. I feel like the right woman won, the right woman got pinned for storyline purposes, and like eventually seeing like Rhea crash out
mhm.
again. I feel like this was everything needed to be, and then some.
Yeah. I would give it 4 stars flat. I think it's really good. I think it was a great way to open the show. And yeah, same thing. I think right person won. I think I think it was just pretty good. I really enjoyed it, but I definitely think that there's like better matches on the cards that I would rate just a little bit higher.
I have a quick question before we move on. This is kind of like inside baseball, but how do you feel about the roll up, the heel getting the roll up victory over Rhea and not like a clean pin? Like, does that help Naomi or does that hurt Naomi to get the roll up win?
It for me it helps.
Mhm.
Well, I feel like it's just I don't even know if it's necessarily it helps or hurts. I feel like it's just a thing that happens because I feel like in this match, ever since she's become champion, she's become looked like a smart heel, not necessarily like cowardly. Because like remember when they announced the triple threat for SummerSlam, she didn't flinch, she didn't back down, she wasn't going around saying, "Oh, this is unfair, this is I'm like going and complaining about it." She's like, "Yeah, I'll take him on." So I feel like with Naomi, she's like getting done by any means necessary,
Mhm.
and the fact that she pinned Rhea
Yeah.
instead of like, and then especially going tying that into the story of like Bianca Belair, especially in the match where like Bianca lost because she got hit with Io's moonsault after KOD on Rhea Ripley. Like Naomi hit her moonsault on Rhea and dodged Io's moonsault.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's still more subtle, but still big stories, big big picture storytelling. So I
Yeah.
feel like, and the fact that she's been both Io and Rhea, which Bianca was not able to do,
Yeah.
I feel like by hook or by crook, she got it done. So I feel like I guess it does help.
Yeah, whenever I look at these like triple threat matches, whenever someone hits a big move and then someone like the heel like gets a quick win off of either the person that just took the move or who did it, I'm usually like okay with it. Like I'm just like this is like what you expect almost in some of these matches. If you're going to let the heel win. So for me, I was like, yeah, it still makes everyone look strong in that match. Like no one's looking at Rhea or Io as like, oh wow, you guys sucked, you guys lost to Naomi there. Like everyone came out of this match looking better than when they came in.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused about like how they're establishing Naomi. Like,
Mhm.
is she like a chicken shit heel where she's like cheat to win? You're better than me, but I'm just gonna like find little ways to win. Because I remember like the match started with a pretty dominant run from Naomi where she was just taking them 2-on-1. She's beating the shit out of Rhea, throws her
Mhm.
out. Io comes in, beats her up. Rhea comes back in, and she's looking so dominant. And then at the end, it's a little thing. It's not a big thing, but
Yeah.
to get the roll up, it's like I'm just confused. Is she like the dominant heel champ, or is she like the like any means
Yeah.
necessary
I
heel
mean,
champ?
listen, the surprise roll up is the most devastating move in professional wrestling. Okay. So yeah, no, I think it's definitely fine. I'm sure that we're going to see Naomi face both Rhea and Io somewhat in down the line. Like I feel like this triple threat can easily now get led into some one-on-one matches whenever they want to do those. Um, Okay, let's move on next to probably the most chaotic match of the weekend. And if some people say this is their favorite match of the night, I would be okay with it. I mean, it was crazy, but it was the six pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the tag team championships between the Wyatt Six, Andrade and Ray Phoenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits.
You got them all.
Yep, look at that. Yeah, no, this was fun. I mean, I think everyone knew going into this that this was going to be a great match. And guess what? We got a great match.
A train wreck in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And like I think this is one of the largest ladder matches in WWE history, with
Mhm.
just so many people. If first of all, the actual competitors in the match, and then all these other damn people getting involved.
Yeah.
Lots of moving parts, and I feel like there was never a dull moment. There was always something to do. It was like, oh, this. I would hate to watch that match live, like be there
Yeah.
in person, because like you're gonna miss other words. Like, at least if I'm at home, it's like, okay, the camera's gonna get this, the camera's gonna get that. So like, I don't feel like I miss anything.
Yeah, the sequence where someone kept jumping off onto someone who was on a table. Like they kept going like bam, bam, bam. I was like, wow, they hit so many of those sequences like so quickly. And those like normally in a match, I mean, it takes a long time to set up each one of those spots, but because there's so many people, they can just like rapid fire different, the Spanish fly that Ray Phoenix did to Angelo Dawkins.
A
Oh
little
my
close.
gosh.
Got a little close for comfort to that barricade. I thought they were
Yeah.
seriously hurt themselves.
For all of all the people for Ray Phoenix to be doing it to, it was Angelo Dawkins, which I was just like, wow.
I was nervous because I didn't see that second table there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna die. Okay, they'll maybe not die.
I think my favorite spot of the match was Candice going through the ladder, and that's
yes.
it was like, why are they even here? First of all, and then of course, like that's just the last thing I would have guessed going into the match is that Candice is gonna go from a ladder in the ring. Off the ladder through a oh my god, it's just crazy. And then freaking DIY gets to play heel and be like, you all right? And then like set the ladder right back up.
Yeah, Gargano not caring about his wife enough to go check on her.
It's all right. I gotta get these titles. I'll come back for you. Yeah. I gave her the thumbs up and up the ladder he went. I thought it was really good. It's like, I don't know. There's almost like it's hard to even organize my thoughts because there were so many spots. Yeah. I thought Montez Ford always looks good in these types of matches. He was a standout for me. It was nice to see Fraxium, and I think they like set up Fraxium well. Where Wade Barrett's like, this is the fastest team I've ever seen, and he was right. They were freaking flying around. Again, I don't know. Do we just do this for the tag division, where it's just every 2 months we just have a TLC match with 6 teams, and we just do it that way? Because they're not building feuds, but they're having awesome TLC matches.
At this point, I mean, it's worth it. Like, let their storylines just be the title is going back and forth between so many people, and then we have great matches at the big shows. Like, I think that's totally okay with me.
Yeah, I feel like we're at a place where, like, I can't remember the last time in, like, I want to say at least since the brand split era, most recently, like in 2016. I can't remember the last time we've had, like, a tag team division on either side, minus NXT, that has this many like viable tag teams to gun after the tag team champions, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, normally, it's like 2 to 3 teams that they build around, and then maybe there's like one team that will maybe occasionally come up. But yeah, no, this feels like at any moment, any of these tag teams that were here could just like they could just throw the belts on them, and we'd all be like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay with that. Even Andrade and Ray Phoenix, I mean, like, if they just randomly won the titles, I would be, like, totally okay with it.
Do you agree with the retention from the Wyatt 6 here?
It's not what I would have done, but, like, I'm not mad at it. Like, I mean, I probably would have put it on Fraxium just because I think you want to build around them as this new tag team that's clearly could be like the next big thing. And this is like a match that was like designed to like make a star. And I feel like the Wyatt 6 didn't necessarily like shine as much, but also I think they need to promote Halloween Horror Nights, the Wyatt 6. So we gotta make sure that they win. That's why they won this match. The second I saw that, I was like, oh, I know what's about to happen.
I feel like I have a different view. Like, I definitely think that them winning is the right call because, like, with all these teams, I feel like they're building Wyatt 6 to be like the final boss of the tag team division, and I feel like they need more time to keep building and establishing that threat level, and also build and establish the team that's actually going to finally dethrone them. Which I do agree should probably be Fraxium, but I feel like with something monumental like that, I feel like it should be done in a traditional match setting. Like one-on-one, like they finally conquered and they finally did the job, as opposed to they climbed the ladder faster.
Yeah.
Just in this specific case.
I'm with you. I think like I agree. I like that they retained, but I don't like what they're like necessarily doing with the Wyatt 6. Particularly like I've always like had a love-hate relationship with Michael Cole and the way he like portrays certain wrestlers. And just like the way he talks about the White Six, where he's like, "Oh, that guy gives me the creeps. That guy's weird." Whatever. It's like there's very, I think, few moments where you can actually build up a tag team to be a main event. And like we said, like in SmackDown, there's not much going on. There's the tag division and there's Cody, and obviously Cody's the main event. But like this is a tag team that was based around Bray Wyatt. And to some extent Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan is still there. It's like you have very deep, meaningful things that are a part of this tag team, and they're walking around and you're just being like, oh, they're a bunch of weirdos, they're a bunch of creeps. It's like there's real. I want to see Bo Dallas, like maybe that's happening, and I don't know if it has to do with the tag team titles or not, but have Bo Dallas really establish like what he is more for that team. And so I like the retention there, but I would really like to see them dig into like the nuts and bolts of like why this team exists and like the real powerful things that stand behind it instead of them just being like a bunch of weirdos or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see this faction not just be in the tag team division. Like, I do want to see Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, maybe have a U.S. title run. Like have it not just be, oh, we don't know what to do with these guys, so let's just put them in the tag team division where we know that a lot of great stuff's happening, so we'll just kind of shoehorn them in and let them be a part of that now. But yeah. I think I'm not like mad that they won. I think it makes sense that they won. I think just like looking at the field, I would have definitely loved to see a Fraxium win here. I think they're definitely like the best up and coming tag team that we've had in a pretty long time. And I want to see them win the title as a bunch. like let them become like 17-time tag team champions. I'm here for it. Okay, so all that being said, star ratings. This is going to be maybe one of the weirder ones to rank because it's just chaos. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna say 4.25 because I think it was really good. But it just doesn't have the story to really launch it any further.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I feel like I came into this match for chaos, and I got chaos, and got even more chaos than I planned for with Candice LeRae going through a ladder. So, yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I guess I'm Simon Cowell here. I gave it 3.75. It was like super entertaining. I mean, you can't not be entertained, but I think I take it more personally than you did, Joe. Where it's like, I just really don't like. It really doesn't mean much to me who wins the match, and I think that's like important to me. Of like, like what are the stakes besides the title? Although it was definitely fun. I mean, there was how many people? 19, 20 people involved in this match. So it was an overbooked mess, but it was a good time. So I give it 3.75.
Yeah, it's interesting that this was in the second match of the night because normally the second match is considered like the worst spot on the card, and I think they tried to like put that here because it was just like, oh, let's just have the fun stuff. But yeah, no, I think it was really good. I do think that in some people's eyes, what they come to see wrestling for, might have been the best match of the night for some people.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, good on them. Moving on next to the no disqualification, no count out last chance match for the women's Intercontinental Championship between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. Thoughts on the match? I got a few, but we'll start with you guys.
I almost want to wait. To say my opinions on this one.
So I'll go ahead and go first. I feel like first of all, I just want to point out they are incapable of having a bad match.
Yeah,
they for them this being finally the end of this saga, and now transitioning into a new story, two different paths. I'm fine with this. It went out with a bang. I definitely feel like in a way, this match kind of got the death spot going after the ladder match.
100%.
In my opinion, if I was pacing, I would have put the steel cage. I would have switched this with the steel cage match,
Yeah.
or like even put like Dom and AJ here because like that match wasn't gonna have that much heat to it anyway. So if they were in the death spot, it wouldn't have done too much of a difference. I just feel like kind of the crowd being dead kind of ruined the match some. I do like feel like some of the spots were a bit too far fetched. The zip ties maybe went on for just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind that being introduced, but I feel like it went on for too long.
Yeah, that was like a huge pivotal part of like half of the match, it felt. And I there's that moment where she undoes the zip ties and then and then we see her put herself back into the zip ties, and it's like immediately immersion breaking. I mean, I feel like if this match had been done by like people from like years ago and that moment happened, they would have impromptu on the fly been like, okay, we're no longer doing the zip ties because we're not going to just have the person just put themselves back into that scenario. So there's definitely like certain moments that I felt like this match kept like pulling me out, but like there's a lot of great stuff also. Like without a doubt, it was still good, but I would literally just like have just these little moments where like maybe Lyra's getting hit by like the kendo stick a bunch, and she's like not really like screaming to each one. She's just like waiting, and then afterwards, then she was like, ah. And I was like, okay.
I feel like maybe it might have been better if they used handcuffs. They maybe hid the keys in the toolbox,
Yeah.
and she just found later in the match because at least the handcuffs won't break.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like this show had so many moments where there was like a little prop that was needed for the match, and like something kind of was like a little weird and like almost took me out of it. It's like we'll get to a moment with like the steel cage with the handcuffs and that, but like there's a few times where I was like, wow, people are just like letting things happen when they absolutely should not be letting things happen.
I agree. There was definitely botches. I remember at the beginning, like Lyra threw Becky into like a cameraman or something, and it did not like intentional.
Yeah.
Like she just like they were like outside the ring, and she was throwing her into the barricade, and then the dude got drilled. And I love like the patchwork that the commentary tries to do to like cover it up. They're like, because I mean, it was off. She was out of the zip tie, and then they were like, I think it broke off because it seemed pretty clearly like it was a part of the match, and then just slips it right back in, and we're still doing it. But I figured I was gonna be in the minority, but I fucking love this match. I thought this match was awesome. And I will stand alone on this. It was my match of the weekend. Because they gave this thing time. They gave it time. I thought it was an awesome. I think it was the purest like baby face versus heel story where it's like, if you want to build a baby face, have them fight heel Becky Lynch for 15 minutes with their hands tied. Like that will make a baby face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I have a lot of respect for Lyra for having to, just as a wrestler, having to wrestle with your hands tied for 15 minutes is like insane to me. The match kept going. I thought like at some point they're gonna go for the finish here. I think I had it clocked at around 30 minutes starting from the entrances till the finish. So they gave this match a lot of time. It was like not super clean. There was a table spot where Becky was just like leaned up against the table, and then Lyra comes from like off camera and like leg drops Becky at the table. Like I was laughing my ass off. Like no preemptive, like oh here she comes off the top rope, it was just like boom, drops her through.
Yeah, that was good.
It was unpredictable. I didn't know necessarily that Becky was gonna win. So I was kind of like on my toes the whole time of like who was actually going to win. Bailey, I think, was the biggest hiccup for me, but at least Lyra has somewhere to go after this match. I'm a little, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with Becky, or excuse me, Bailey kind of like having a say over the finish and that rivalry being a thing.
Let me ask you, Brendan.
Go ahead.
Would you have preferred if this was a full-blown Becky heel turn, like she actually did like say she intentionally like beat Lyra, like that was just was instead of being an accident, that was on purpose. Would you have enjoyed this more if it was a full blown intentional heel
If
turn?
Bailey had turned,
Yeah,
I think so. I think so. I was like, that's what they were building, and then she didn't turn. I was like, because it's the
Yeah.
she had the crowbar in her hands too, which is like kind of inexplicable to understand in wrestling terms of like, that would probably fucking kill somebody if they hit him with a crowbar. But that's also a great way to turn heel, is if she's like, screw it, bang with the crowbar. So yeah, I would have liked it more because especially
Yeah.
like, isn't Bailey gonna turn heel anyway? Like if they're gonna
Yeah.
feud, isn't Bailey turning heel? Because Lyra
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, Lyra looked like an awesome babyface in that match. So I feel
Yeah.
like if you're gonna turn somebody heel, do it in the match. Have the big moment.
The rule of this SummerSlam, no one can turn heel. Okay. If we're gonna toy with the heel turn, it ain't happening on this show.
Yeah, yeah, no
um,
kidding.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I thought it was fine. I like I'd probably say I prefer it over the triple threat women's match. But probably not too much higher than that.
Mhm.
So yeah, for me, yeah, it's like 4.25.
I I have to go there too. Like, even though I sound down, I love the match with like this trilogy, quadrilogy, if you want to include Bailey. I don't know if quadrilogy is even a word, but I'm coining it here. Like I said, they have not had any bad matches together. There's not been a
Yeah,
single miss.
yeah,
I really feel like this match was only slightly hindered by its placement,
mhm,
but that's nothing to really do with them.
yeah,
So I feel like I'm with you there 4.25.
yeah,
I got this thing at 4 3/4. I understand I'm in the minority. I just think it's like also just the fact that it's Becky. She's like a veteran heel. Lyra, she's up and coming babyface. I thought they told the story well. Also, the fact that it's for the women's intercontinental championship. Like they were willing to give the like minor title way more time than per se the Tiffany Stratton match. It was like just really cool to me that they gave this thing the time as the third match in a trilogy to really tell a story. Lyra has somewhere to go. Becky looks awesome as a champ. Awesome spots. I think unique spots. I think and again, like I was loving the her trying to fight out with her hands tied. I thought that was sick. So
mhm.
Dang, Sony stuff.
I know. He's Mr. Popular right now. Yeah, no, I get why you might have it a little higher, but I don't know. I feel like it's not the like top match of the show. I feel like we're gonna get to it pretty soon. At least my personal top
And
match.
and even in that, I don't think
You
it's
know?
the best match in their series. Like I have
Yeah,
their first meeting at Backlash, the triple threat of Evolution.
yeah,
It's kind of fighting. This may sound so shady, like I'm saying it's fighting for last place with the match at Money in the Bank, but no, these are all like good matches. Like
yeah. No, no, straight up, like Lyra has been like pushed so much higher in my opinion because of this feud with Becky. Like this is
no,
literally like been
I
it.
I agree. That's why like after she's done doing whatever she's about to do with Bailey, I would not mind seeing her challenge Naomi for the Women's World Championship. I definitely feel
Yeah.
like this is how the Intercontinental Championship is supposed to be used. It's usually on the men's side, it's usually used to like elevate people up to like the main title. At least that's it's kind of like the
Hmm.
workman's title. I feel like Lyra was putting in that work just like the way that Becky's now putting in that work. So I
Yeah.
feel like once Lyra finishes up away from the championship scene, she could like go back to Andrew. Wouldn't mind seeing her like earn a chance to go after Naomi.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. I can even see Lyra honestly winning the women's Royal Rumble next. Like I really could see them like giving her like an Iron Woman run, um, and doing it. So I think there's definitely big plans for her. And this was just a stepping stone to like help her launch herself. And a lot of credit needs to go to Becky. I know a lot of people like to say like Becky Hogan and Becky is almost like with Rhea Ripley like you were saying like it was had so many spots and chances over and over again that it's just some people like soured themselves on Becky, but like we literally see over and over again, whenever you give Becky Lynch a chance to just like build a star and build a feud, like she knows how to do it.
This is why Becky needs to be in the mid card. It's to like
Yeah.
it's almost like the John Cena US title run where it's like, let me see what you can do with the mid card people, and can you make magic with the mid card people? And I thought you made magic with this match.
Yeah. 100%, 100%. Um, okay, let's move on next to the steel cage match. We'll see if any of us thought that magic was made in this match. Yeah, we got Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu with all of those bloodline members that came in and were on the outsides as well. Um, yeah, I mean, it was a match. It happened. It was a match that did in fact happen.
Did happen.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah, any thoughts? I mean, it's like well, I mean, I don't know how much else we can really talk. Like there was a couple finishers that were used. That was something that happened in this match. And then yeah, then there's the finish. But somehow
I
this was 12 minutes and 40 seconds and it felt like this was like 6 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like it got cut down, maybe because the Becky Lyra match went so long, but it
It's
was
very
definitely cut
possible.
down. They threw each other into the cage
Yeah.
for a while. I just have like a personal like gripe with the steel cage
Yeah.
stipulation in general. It's like, can we just get rid of the door? Like, does anyone like
Yeah.
that ending of somebody walking through the door and still? It's like you're not really escaping the steel cage if you just walk through the door, and especially the stuff about like, oh, ref, open it, and it's
Yeah,
like I
no.
clearly can walk through the door right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know,
if the door was like locked and had like a chain lock, and you have to like, and someone ripped it out like off or something, like off the hinges or whatever,
You
like,
actually have to escape the cage.
yeah, like there should be other ways. Like, it should not just be, oh, I can just leave because, and that's why I hate playing steel cage matches in like WWE video games because it's literally like the AI is always just going straight to the door the first chance they get. And I'm like, come on, we're trying to have
because
an
the
actual
AI is
match.
smart and real life wrestlers are dumb.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that this is I'll give it 2.25 star. Two for match happening. The quarter star is at least I guess they hit the cage a few times.
I gave it 3.25. I thought there were enough moments where Solo looked cool, like ripping out
Mhm.
of the handcuffs, which I will say, doing a handcuff spot after a match where you just did a zip tie spot is a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, well, we're doing this again where we're locking up the baby face. Um, but yeah, there was enough moments where Jacob looks cool. Jacob got the rub after where he did the off the top of the cage spot after the match. It's like, just do it during the match, please. He can still lose, but
Yeah.
like, why would you do it after to try and
Yeah.
like make him look cool? Like, just make him
Yeah.
look cool during the match. So I don't
Yeah.
know. There's some missed spots, but I thought ultimately Jacob looks like cool. So that was
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah. Fantasy booking. I would have loved to see Jacob get to the top and then moonsault down off the
Yeah.
cage. Like but yeah. Josh.
I'm kind of with you, Joe. I'm like the moonsault after the match, even though it's not really a part of the match, it gets lumped in with that. So for that, I give it a 2.5.
Mhm.
But other than that, I feel like this is definitely one of the lower points kind of the night.
Yeah.
Match quality, like I don't see the I don't I'd be surprised if anyone said that this was their match of the night.
Whoever says that needs to go to a mental institution. Like something is wrong.
I'm like, you better go back under your bridge, you troll. Like,
Yeah, so yeah, no, it was something. But yeah, let's just go ahead and move on now to the only non-stipulation match of the entire night. We got Dominic versus AJ Styles for the IC championship. Um and I'm actually kind of happy that Dom wins without the help of anyone else. Like it was purely his own doing that got the win. Um, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than the previous match, but like not like super high compared to it.
Yeah, I agree because they only got like what this was a short match. Like they got like what 8 minutes.
10:45 is what I got here.
Yeah, I it was fine. I don't feel like while Dominic Mysterio is good, I don't feel like he's at the level yet where we're gonna get like a 5-star classic out of him just
Yeah.
yet. But I feel like pairing with AJ Styles, who was a 5-star classic machine,
Mhm.
is definitely going to bring out the best out of anyone he's working with.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it was fine. It was inoffensive. I do like the creative like Dom trying to find ways to cheat. I
Mhm.
like the kind of their version of the Eddie Guerrero chair spot.
Yep.
I do feel like it was fine. It was like I said, it was what it needed to be. It was like this is a match that could have been granted. It could have been on Raw. It could have been a Raw second hour opener.
Mhm.
Maybe main event on a slow night.
Yeah. I think I did not fully like the boot spot, but only because there was a very awkward moment where you could tell AJ Styles was trying to pull the boot off
Trying to get it off, yeah.
of Dom. So I always hate whenever there's like that something that like they're trying to go for and it doesn't quite work and then it looks really awkward. So almost like I don't know if you remember like the Paul Heyman Kevin Owens spot at like Royal Rumble where like they were trying to get like the handcuffs off of Roman Reigns. Um and it was like really awkward and it took a really long time and it's just like kind of halts the momentum. Um so not a huge fan of that, but like yet again, I enjoyed the Eddie Guerrero spot. I enjoyed AJ Styles, really getting into the mind of Dominic Mysterio with the ring gear, him constantly doing the Eddie Guerrero uh little shimmy there.
The
Uh
lowrider car.
yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of like those external things that make me like this match. So I'd put it at I'd give it like a flat 3. Like it's good.
I also had it at three stars. I felt like it was good. Didn't expect AJ at this point in his career to be like putting somebody else's stuff on, and like
Yeah.
doing the Eddie Guerrero thing. I also want to say, like, is there any retired wrestler at this point that gets more like of a shout out to them than Eddie Guerrero? It feels like everyone's doing the Three Amigos. Like they did the Three Amigos in the
Yeah.
TLC match. Liv Morgan does the Three Amigos. Dom. They're
Yeah.
doing the Eddie Guerrero spots. It's like, so for me, it just feels like that's what they're trying to turn Dom into. Instead of Rey Mysterio, he's going to be Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
which I'm cool with. I will give you that the like boot spot was definitely a botch, but then again the commentary tries to clean it up. It's like, oh, Dom's so smart, like
Yeah.
we'll loosen up the boot for him and all this stuff. I like it could have been more, but just on a card, on like a sack card where all these
Yeah.
matches get time, it got shrunk down a bit. So there's could be a better AJ Styles Dominic match if they run it back, which I kind of hope they do, so we can
Yeah.
see like just a real wrestling match instead of kind of like the sizzle and not the steak of like the SummerSlam match, and we're just gonna go full out with like the Eddie Guerrero cosplay.
Yeah.
So I think Dom retaining is the right call, and hopefully we get a rematch. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm like kind of with you guys. I gave it 2 3/4. I just hope that because leading up to this, Dom has just had matches, hasn't had any storylines. This is the first match he's had in his title reign that hasn't been against the Shape, and
Yeah.
I definitely feel like we just need to get more Dom storylines and more Dom like title defenses. There's like definitely more credible guys in the mid card on Raw that could definitely use some more spotlight. I definitely feel like just some more reps from Dom Mysterio, more like the IC title is supposed to be like the workhorse, like a
Mhm.
title. I feel like Dom just needs more even if he's not just having storylines. He needs to have more matches, more
Right.
title defenses. Just like he's on the shows, I need him in the ring. I need him in matches for the title.
Yeah. 100%. I feel like they're saving a lot of this for when it's going to be Dom versus Finn. I feel like that's going to be on the cards pretty soon. I also feel like there's a good chance that we're going to get Dom versus Cena in Cena's final run. Because Cena, he has never held the Intercontinental title. If he wins
Oh,
it, he'll become a Grand Slam champion. He needs it to become a Grand Slam
we're
champion.
gonna put the IC title on Cena.
Yeah.
He retires in
Survivor
December.
Series. They do it at Survivor Series.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then I think it could even make sense because I've heard like Gunther's rumored as a potential final match for Cena. So imagine Gunther going to face Cena for the IC title.
Oof. I have my opinion on what Cena's last match should be, but we should save it
Yeah,
for the main event wrap
yeah,
up.
yeah. Which I mean we're about to head into it. So yeah, it's the Cody Rhodes Cena street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. This is my personal match tonight, but also that's heavily through nostalgia glasses. This felt like a John Cena 2008 wrestling match right here. Like it had that very just like just chaotic, like do whatever you can, never give up, super Cena. Um and was just a lot of dumb fun. And way better than their WrestleMania match. Way better than that match.
Yeah, they redeemed
Um,
that for sure.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on it?
I just first up, I like to say, Travis Scott, I hope you stub your toe. I hope the pillow is always warm because if it weren't for you, well, obviously upper management, but apparently this is your fault somehow. If it weren't for you, we could have had this at WrestleMania, and we wouldn't be here in this spot. So I hope your pillow's always warm. I I I hope your food is always unseasoned.
Just super small petty things though for Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely way better. Travis Scott's, I hope they never mention in WWE again. Um the fact that they gave two huge storyline moments for this year of wrestling to someone who no longer is going to be working with the company. It's
yeah. I think that's why they had to pivot away from John Cena turning babyface like overnight,
yeah,
pretty much. Because yeah, because everything they did on SmackDown was them turning him face, and them trying to
yeah,
course correct and undo months of storytelling in one night.
yeah. Yeah, that's definitely I'm not a fan of how the John Cena heel turn has ended here. I feel like I don't know. I like if you're gonna turn him face again, like it needs to be in a match. I feel I like it just felt so just out of nowhere and just like, oh, now we're just gonna do the face versus face of John Cena and Cody. And like there's I was still kind of like, okay, maybe I'll give them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is Cena trying to like lure Cody into a false sense of security. No, we just still get just face Cena and face Cody, and guess what? Face Cody wins in the scenario because it's 2025.
Because the thing is that literally with what how the show ended, you had the perfect way to turn him face again.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
You could have had Cena still work this match as a heel. He could have had a good promo, writing down like Cody Rhodes said, like you choked before, you're gonna choke again. I'm leaving with this title. There's nothing you can do to stop me, and still be a heel going into this match, and then maybe turn babyface, have some more babyface tendencies during this match, and then with what happened at the end of the show, oh, he's back to being a babyface, and it would have been felt so much natural and more cohesive that
Yeah.
way to me at least.
I give Cena some credit because it's like clearly it was like a decision from creative, like, okay, we're gonna turn Cena face before the pay per view, but Cena turned himself face in like 10 minutes. like
Yeah.
the whole heel run, all the shit he did, was like deleted in 10 minutes because Cena's like, fuck, I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
old Cena again. And in this match, like, there was no doubt in my mind the crowd wanted Cena to retain. Like, we got the matchup. We have the passing of the torch. Two biggest baby faces, old John Cena, and then new John Cena and Cody Rhodes. But maybe it's the nostalgia glasses or whatever. But people wanted Cena to win that match. Like when Cody
Yeah.
won, it was kind of like a, okay, all right, like yeah, good for you. And I
Yeah.
definitely do think it could be okay for Cody because initially I was thinking, I was like, oh, if Cody doesn't turn heel, like I'm gonna be pissed off if Cody wins, type of thing.
Yeah.
But it was such a good match that like
Yeah.
it might be okay for Cody to continue to be Superman after the match.
Yeah. I popped like a little kid when Cena kicked out of that third
Mhm.
crossroads. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, no freaking way. That's something that even Roman Reigns can't do. And Super Cena came back to do it. So yeah, no, I loved it. It was definitely match of the night for me, match of the weekend. Uh, mm, I don't know if it's the best match of the year. I don't think so. I think there's probably a couple others that I'd rank higher, but like I love this match. I mean, if this was every John Cena match from now until the end of the year, like it would be amazing. Like that, it would be one of the greatest like final runs that a wrestler's had. Okay. Josh, how about we start with you for star ratings?
Uh, hmm. I've 4.5 or four and a quarter. Four and a quarter.
Okay. Brendan?
I gave it 4.5. Um, I'm very biased to the Becky Lyra match, so
Yeah.
that's above it for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that match is awesome. Like you said, it was like John Cena was like, it just seemed, maybe I was buying into the storyline and the commentary, but John Cena seemed like he was like old John Cena again, like prime,
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
around, not looking like an old, fart in the ring, like he was
Yeah.
hanging with Cody. Um, so I do want to talk some more about like how that match was booked. Like
Yeah.
I did not think it was going to be babyface versus babyface.
Yeah.
Maybe this is making up for what WrestleMania should have been.
Yeah.
But I just think like I don't know. I really, really thought Cody was turning heel in this match, and then like
Really?
a little upsetting. Yeah, I don't pay attention too much to like the dirt sheets or whatever, and like the rumors and stuff. But storyline wise, it's like just have The Rock come out. Cody takes the deal because he needs the title back. You have Cena turn face. You do the double turn in one night, which I definitely thought that was happening too because Cena turned face before the match. Cody was wearing like he wasn't wearing the suit and tie anymore. He was wearing like a tracksuit or whatever. Like he was kind of like changing up his gimmick a little bit. Like just have The Rock come out, have him screw Cena. Cody agrees. He sells his soul for the title, and then down the line you do Cena versus Rock retirement match. That babyface Cena versus heel Rock.
I just there's a lot to unpack in what you just said.
Yeah,
You got to remember, The Rock doesn't like showing up to work.
Yeah.
I know. I think if he did, maybe this would be different. But
I just feel like this is definitely this doing this has been definitely been course correction because personally I wasn't paying attention to dirt sheets. I personally didn't see the heel turn. I didn't see it for Cody. I didn't see it. The Rock showing up because inserting The Rock and not really paying off storylines is what got us in this situation in the first place.
yeah,
Because even if you at least have The Rock at WrestleMania, then like and not like this turns out so much better. But than just having just Travis Scott. Like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah. I going into this thought that we were going to have like a very Austin Bret Hart heel turn fashion where like Cena passes out from something that
Mhm.
Cody's doing. Maybe like Cody even puts the STF with like maybe they bring out like John Cena's old lock and chain kind of situation, and that's being used as like in the STF. He passes out. And Cody like keeps doing it, showing that he's willing to do whatever he has to win. So it's like he kind of turns heel, but also like it's not like the full blown heel turn of like, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a bad guy now. Um, but no, I mean, I think if you just turn your brain off, this is exactly what you want from wrestling and from your main events
Mhm.
and from what we want out of a John Cena final run. Like
Yeah.
it basically hit everything. I loved so much when John Cena had Cody Rhodes on his shoulders and then went up through the thing that Cody comes.
Cody made it.
Yeah, that was I love that so much. Like that's such a great visual image for the match.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I don't think I did my score yet, but I'm going to say 4 3/4. So my favorite match of the night. Would watch again. It's so good, and I'm hoping that Cena gives us a few more matches like these. We'll see. I wonder if he'll have any more stipulations like this because I bet this definitely took a toll on him.
Yeah.
I, I, well, even if with what's going to happen next, it's definitely going to take a toll on him too. So.
Yeah, yeah. But at least that Brock Lesnar is known for not having long matches. This match here went 37 minutes and 45 seconds.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
37-minute match. It like I don't want to say it flew by. It was a long match, but I mean, they started off like they didn't do the Punk, Cena, and Money in the Bank like rest holds for 20 minutes, slow
yeah,
build. Like they threw each other out of the ring like within seconds of the match. And I don't normally love the like go out into the crowd and then like punch
yeah,
somebody and then they're like walking down and like it's just kind of lame spots. Like they made it work for me at least going out into the crowd and making that extra kind of like layer to the match. So I'm actually surprised. I thought it was shorter than that. So I would say like they did a good
yeah,
job of keeping the match entertaining all the way through.
yeah, 100%. And then that's going to lead us to the final thing that happens, where we think, oh, they're all just doing the thank you Cena to John Cena after the match. But guess what? We have a surprise. Someone is making a return, someone who I thought would never be in WWE ever again.
Mhm.
And apparently he's here, Brock Lesnar, the Beast. I guess that's going to be Cena's next match.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. He's got history with the SummerSlam like burial, like years ago. There's definitely like they've had a few feuds. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I would like. It was definitely a shock factor for sure, but
Mhm.
it's kind of like there's no like immediate thing of like how this story is supposed to be compelling. It's just like two big
Yeah,
stars, and then it's Brock tied up in all the stuff that he's tied up into. It's not
yeah,
necessarily like a huge like, oh my god, he's back. It's kind of like, wait, why are you back? How are you back? Like it's a
yeah,
little hot cold with me.
yeah. Josh, your thoughts on the Lesnar return here?
It was a big moment. It was a huge pop
Mhm.
because we definitely people started joking. They would say, "Oh, Brock Lesnar's going to come back at the end of the show." Like they've been saying that for like a lot of shows, like online, and like that actually happened here. It was like, oh, it was a big pop. It's just that like if all the outside stuff was thoroughly investigated and he came back clear, then cool.
Yeah,
But if those caveats that I just listed were not followed, if he was not thoroughly independently investigated, not internally investigated, and you come back clear, then WWE has just done something terrible,
Yeah.
awful, no good. And honestly, that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back for me.
Yeah.
Because even they've been doing too much where they've just been leaning. Actually, with the case of my screen, they've been doing
Yeah.
too much on this side, and it's been kind of making the product. They've been doing too much of that for me, where really all of that should be kept out.
Mhm.
Like they've been having bad PR, like all the stuff that Roman Reigns was saying leading up to WrestleMania. Like I just feel like,
Yeah.
and then the fact that they showed Triple H's like visit to the White House, I just feel like they're doing too much incorporating outside stuff into they lean in, and I don't want them to lean. So that's why like with the return of Brock Lesnar, I feel like if a thorough investigation was done and he's clear, then cool, he can come back.
Yeah.
But if he hasn't been thoroughly done that, I just feel like, yeah, y'all lost me.
Yeah. According to Triple H, John Cena requested Lesnar for his retirement run. And so they worked to get Lesnar clear to allow that to
Oh,
happen.
wow.
I
Okay.
So he shifted the blame to John Cena.
Yeah, he basically is trying to put John Cena as the one who, if anything happens, look at
Well,
Cena.
that's a good person to put blame on. I mean, no one's
Yeah.
going to be pissed off at John Cena for very long. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a messy return. But this is like such a unique situation where you have to like consider these things when somebody comes back. So yeah, I'm agreeing with Josh on this one. It's a little just like it's cool to see him back, but it's bittersweet because it's like you're caught up on all this stuff, and I just thought PR wise, why would you bring him back? And how are they going to sweep all this under the rug? Especially
Yeah.
John Cena, who is like almost to an annoying extent sometimes likes to pull back the curtain.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. Are we gonna get promos of Cena talking about like what happened? Like that's
the company man, I think, is smart enough not to do that. But real John Cena would.
yeah.
And so, what's the explanation for Brock coming back? I imagine they just sweep things under the rug like old WWE would, and just not acknowledge. But yeah, it's a little messy, and there's better returns on the table. Again, I guess Rock doesn't like to go to work. I totally envisioned that this is when The Rock was going to come back to clean up the mess that was made at WrestleMania. But Brock is back. We're going to see a match there. Hopefully Cena wins. I don't know, because I don't know what their plans with Brock are, if this is a one-off or if Brock is going to challenge.
I think if they're bringing him back, they're absolutely going to have Lesnar versus Gunther at some point. Like, because that was a match that was supposed to happen and they got canceled because of all the stuff that happened. So they're absolutely going to try to get that match.
Here's what I'm going to say. If like I said, if he's cleared and he's good, then he can come back and have the run. Yeah. And I'm not going to say nothing else about this. Mm-hmm. But if it isn't, and this is the case that John actually requested to work with Lesnar, then do the match and make him go back in the shadow realm. If this is the case that John Cena legitimately requested to work with Lesnar, and he has not been, he's still got dirt on his hands, no pun intended, do the match, sit him away.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone would bat an eye. If Cena wins. If Cena wins.
Yeah. I don't think Lesnar is like needed in WWE anymore. Like there was a period where like you needed like a big draw. There's so many big draws right now in WWE that you don't need this guy who currently has so many just like people are just going to look at him now and be like, I don't really want to see him on my screen right now because there's so many other outside variables that is not about pro wrestling.
So what is Cena's last date? Like, is that a pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's gonna be what his they're gonna do some like Cena PLE in December.
Oh, it's like undetermined, unnamed something about Cena.
Yeah, I think it might be like a ruthless aggression. It's like something very like labeled to like Cena's career.
Okay, so not acknowledging any like, because I don't know any rumors about anything.
Mhm.
What's in your mind the best Cena farewell final match?
Hmm. I feel like now that he's turned face, I do feel like now that he's turned face, I am fine with him leaving on top. If he was going to retire as a heel, I need him to put someone over. I definitely needed him to put over someone. But now that
Mhm.
he's returned face, I feel like it's got to. You mentioned Gunther. I'm not opposed to that. I definitely feel like it's someone who who needs a rub, who needs to have the accolade of having John Cena's last match, and
Mhm.
will have the trajectory afterwards that hopefully even with the loss to John Cena, this will propel them forward. So like for me, someone that people threw out like at the very beginning when we found out John Cena was going to be leaving, that I feel like someone who could definitely use this trajectory, Carmelo Hayes.
Mhm.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah.
That's a
I
shot.
definitely feel like they dropped the ball with Hayes, and
Mhm.
like seeing the peers that came up with him at the same time from NXT, seeing
Uh,
where they are and seeing where he's like it's night and day. It's like
yeah.
bananas and hand grenades, levels of difference.
Yeah. I have a theory that, and it's going back to what I was mentioning before, where Cena's going to face Dominic Mysterio, win the title. I think we're going to then have him go on an IC Open championship like run,
Nice.
similar to his US Open, and we're going to have all those like young up and coming stars over the course of like a 6 to 8 week kind of like period where we're just constantly getting these new kind of people because I feel like a Carmelo Hayes, while in theory can be really good, I don't know if he has that star power to be that final match yet. And I feel like he'd be great in like that open icy title match where like you let him have a match on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, and you give them like 12 minutes, you let them have just a really great match. You have Cena basically like put him over with Cena still winning, like really sell well, let Hayes get a lot of good offense in. Um I think Breaker is someone who would be good in this as well as like
Oh,
someone to do it. But yeah, Jacob Fatu, LA Knights, like all these people would be so good if you just like had him go on that little run of just people to face. So
Here's the question. Here's the question I have that when John Cena was always talking about I'm just wondering the countdown timer of dates, was that
mhm,
just like a heel move to go with the character,
yeah,
or those legitimately those are the days that he has left, the number of appearances he had left? Because at this point,
yeah.
he would now be under 20.
Yeah, those were the real dates. I'm surprised that he loses the title here because I really thought that we were gonna have like the visual of the SmackDown before his final show, him being like, and after tomorrow, this will be the number, and then he points the uh Tron and it goes down to zero.
mm.
But we're not gonna get that. I guess that was just like for those spec shows, just a little something, but didn't really
I
need
definitely
to.
feel like constantly doing the countdown is like
Yeah,
is a heel move.
yeah,
But I just wonder now, it's like if first of all, I wish I had the counter with me so I know how many dates are now left. I
yeah.
know it's definitely got to be like getting close, like maybe like around 15 or so.
Yeah, he probably only has he only wrestled PLEs, what he's got like 4 or 5 matches left.
That's still a
Um,
lot. That's still a lot for
yeah,
Cena considering what he's done in the last like 5 years or so. Like that's a lot
yeah,
of Cena you're getting. So there's still like
yeah.
room for feuds. I think the question that I've been thinking about is like, okay, is his last match, is he like putting over a young talent, or is he having like the doing the old favorites and going against like the guys of his era? Because for me,
Mm,
still, I guess I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it seems like to me the best person to put against him in the retirement match is The Rock. If you're doing the old faces, because he's
yeah,
kind of taken down a lot of the other old faces. Like Orton, I think was
yeah,
initially thrown out as like somebody who, oh yeah, you could do that for his last match, and then he faced him right away after winning at Mania.
yeah,
So he's kind of off the table. He wrestled Punk.
yeah.
Our Truth, I don't really know what happened with him. I thought a big push was coming for him, and so I guess maybe that's on the table, but I don't think they would do
Well,
that.
they want to get rid of him, and then the fans got upset, so they hired him back, and then basically gave him like 2 weeks of like look at truth, and then let's hide
Mhm.
him again, so that way in a year they can let him go again, and no one will care.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to be even worse now for our truth because like our truth like turn was aided by the fact that John Cena was a heel,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like he now had this edge from like from that running with John Cena as a heel. Now that John Cena being a babyface, I even less so now see what it's looking like for our truth going forward.
yeah. I mean, I think it's just very clear that the backstage politics, like they did not want truth. Even in when he like came back, it felt like they had a small little idea for him, but not really. They didn't really want to like
They
push
gave him,
him.
I think, like one extra match to acknowledge the fans and be like, all right, you guys want to see this, so here you go. Uh,
Yeah,
so I think he's off the table.
yeah, yeah,
We're doing Brock next. It
yeah.
looks like.
I wish Edge wasn't in AEW because I would love to see Edge versus Cena one more time. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, no, I feel like Gunther's pretty high. I think Rollins is also someone who I could see.
there, sure. Yep.
Um, but yeah, no, I think that's pretty much everything from the show. I mean, I think it was a pretty good show. Like I think it was definitely a successful like night for WWE in terms of matches and match quality and storylines that's getting built. Um I think it was better than Mania. you know? Uh I think Mania had a couple like 5-star level matches, but I think like the overall like average play like of the show was higher than Mania.
I'm with
Hmm.
Paul, given that the main event was no good.
Yeah.
And 41,
Oh,
that's a good statement.
Yeah.
okay. At first, you kind of I was like hell no, but then I was like, okay, I guess I see it for SummerSlam being better than WrestleMania, all things considered.
Yeah. So yeah, Brendan, Josh, thank you so much for hopping on to the podcast and talking wrestling with me. This has been a lot of fun. Maybe some other of the bigger shows like we can try to do this again at some point. Definitely was a lot of fun. And yeah, that would do it here and we will see you all in the next one.
Yep.